How would you like to have the ability to create and design objects? 3D printing is not for the faint of heart, and there is a learning curve. But how great would it be if you are able to put your imagination and creativity to use and create something out of it? 3D printing allows you that opportunity, and it is pretty awesome. 3D printing may sound daunting, but once you get the hang of it, it is pretty simple. The hardest part about it is choosing what you're going to print. Not only is 3D printing great for bringing your imagination to life, but it is also great for creating things that will be useful in your household. I'm not an expert by any means on 3D printing, but we have been able to learn quite a bit about printing and design in the few months that we've had a printer. So now let's go over some of the basics of 3D printing. Before we even start talking about printing, we have to talk about the equipment that is needed. Right now, we have a Creality Ender 3 Pro. I would say that it is a nice mid-size printer. It's great for beginners, and it measures at around 8 by 7 by 8 by 7 for the heating plate and the height max of 9.8 inches. We got this printer at around $200. Of course, there are more expensive printers out there, but we felt like this one was a great price for starting out. The next thing that is needed to print on a 3D printer is the filament. A filament is a roll of plastic that melts and is extruded from the nozzle onto the plate to create your design. There are many types of filament available. The most popular are PLA, PETG, TPU, and ABS. It comes in different sizes and color to choose from. There is even glow-in-the-dark and glitter PLA. PLA is the most basic and what we will start with. Once you have the printer and filament ready to go, you will need to choose what you want to print. There are a lot of websites that you can use to find and download already made prints for free. These are great for people who don't want to design prints. We have used this and searched for cookie cutters, character figurines, piggy banks, mods for our printer, and many other things. The ones that we use the most is Yagi, Cults, and Things First. These are the top 3 websites that we like to use when we want to find already made prints online. They are all pretty much the same. You type in what you want, and then it shows you your results. Yagi is the Google for 3D prints. When you search for something, it searches through all the 3D print websites. Cults and Things First have prints from other 3D designers and some professional ones as well. Most prints are free, but there are some that you will have to pay for. Now, if you are into designing or wanting to learn more about designing, there are programs for that too. Programs like Tinkercad and Blender are programs that is great if you want to make adjustments to prints that you have already downloaded, or if you want to create something of your own. The Ultimaker Cura 4.5 is a program that takes a model and puts it into a file that the printer understands. This is a program that you will have to use to slice the object before it's ready to print. I will get into slicing a bit further in this video. Blender and Ultimaker Cura 4.5 has more of a learning curve, so it will take some time to learn how to use it properly. Choosing a print and designing may sound complicated, but trust me when I say that once you get the hang of it, creating prints will be less intimidating. Next, we are going to take a look at how to set up a print and get the printer ready. Once you have chosen the design you want to print, you are ready to slice it. Remember when I mentioned slicing? Slicing is important because it is the final step before saving it for print. Slicing pretty much looks at your design, sums it up to see if it will print and gives you an estimated time of how long it would take to print. Once that step is over, it saves it onto a micro SD card. Once you have the print saved onto the SD card, you have to make sure the bed is leveled. The most important thing to do before any print is to level the bed. If it is not leveled, then the melted filament will not stick to it, and that is never ever fun. All you have to do is use these knobs and adjust them so a piece of paper can go smoothly in between the nozzle and the plate. Once you have that done, you put in your filament, go to the SD card, and start your print. Once you click start, you pretty much just leave it until it's done printing. I like to check on it at the beginning to make sure that the filament is sticking to the bed and that it's printing right. Now all you have to do is wait. After it's done, you might have to clean it up a bit from the extra filament or supports. But once you're done, you'll be left with a sturdy 3D print to which you can either paint or use as you wish. 3D printing is not as complicated as it sounds, so do not be scared off by it. Once you understand the basics of printing, how to set up your printer and how it works, you will be good to go. Remember, there is a whole community dedicated to this art form, so finding support can be found anywhere online, and the ideas are endless.